Hello everyone, my name is Mal, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm the founder of Proud Movement. In today's video, we are going to go over a short little mobility routine that's just a nice way to kind of reset your body after a long day. It's also be a really good ritual to kind of do before bedtime, as it will help kind of calm the nervous system down as we're moving our body through its kind of full range of motion. So let's hop right to it. Before we do that though, just if anything doesn't feel good, I don't want you to kind of push through that pain. Really try to tune in and listen to your body. And if your body's indicating that, something just doesn't feel so great, then I want you to honor that and just respect that, okay? So we're gonna start off with some neck movements, just nice and gentle. So I'm gonna give you a side view here. We're gonna start off with what we call neck flexion and extension. So two different movements that the neck can do. We're gonna time about a minute for this and each of every exercise we're gonna do. So I want you to think about the spine and how the spine has the little segmental pieces of it. Now we're just gonna think about the upper part of the spine. So really the head and the neck here. And I want you to think about, again, each and every one of those segments. And we're gonna try to move each and every one of those segments piece by piece. So one little segment of the spine at a time. So we're gently gonna tuck that chin. And again, we're thinking moving one little vertebrae of the spine at a time. So we go down, down, down. Nice and intentional. We exhale. Hold that, and then slowly we're going to tilt the chin up at the ceiling, again moving one little vertebrae at a time, inhaling as we do so, and then again slowly one little segment of the spine at a time. We're going to tilt that chin forward, okay? So we're going to move between neck flexion and extension for the next minute, and we're going to do this all together, okay? So slow and steady. It's the most common thing that people might do wrong is just go way too quickly, okay? So we're gonna start off in 3, 2, and 1. So tucking the chin very slowly, one little segment of the spine at a time, we're moving. Good. Going all the way. We exhale. Really try to hold that for a second or two. And slowly, we're going to inhale as we tilt that head up. Exhale as we slowly tilt the chin again. Trying to go a little bit further than last time. Inhale, tilt the chin up. Exhale. Good. Okay, let's take a rest there now. So that was our first exercise. If you want to go longer than a minute, you totally can. It's completely up to you. We're now going to move into the next movement, which is called our open book sweep. Now, the open book sweep is a really good exercise for increasing mobility in what we call the T-spine or the thoracic spine, which is the mid part of our spine. So we just kind of worked on the upper. We're now going to move down that spine into that kind of mid-spine region. So this exercise is great for mobilizing that part. It's also really good for opening up the tight chest muscles and maybe the front of the shoulder there. So we're going to start off in a sideline position. Just like so. So my knees are together, my feet are together, and then my arms are starting together just like so. If you want, you can take like a cushion or a yoga block even, place that under your head, just so you're nice and relaxed here. What we're gonna do is you're gonna take that top arm and you're gonna sweep that top arm over your head, like you're drawing a rainbow all the way over you. And then we're gonna follow that moving arm with our head. So we're gonna open up all the way. I'm just gonna move a little bit further down because I was hitting the wall. So we're gonna come all the way up and over and trying to keep that arm nice and straight. I'm gonna sweep all the way open And then I'm gonna sweep all the way closed. And as I do this movement, I wanna think about this bottom knee, and I'm trying to keep that bottom knee in contact with the floor as best as I can. Okay, if it comes off a little bit, that's okay, but it's just something that I want you to pay close attention to as you go through this, okay? Otherwise, you're just gonna be kind of flying through it and just moving your whole body, okay? So keep these knees together, especially that bottom knee in contact with the ground. And then we're trying to keep this hand as close to the ground as we can, okay? If you're feeling really stiff, especially kind of in this mid-back and chest and shoulders, your hand may not be touching the ground the whole way, and that's fine, just do the best you can. Okay, we're gonna do a minute per side. So let's set up in our starting position, and let me get my timer, and we will start in 3, 2, and 1. So top arm comes open, we exhale. Follow that moving hand with the head. Inhale as we close. Sweep open. Palm facing the ceiling now. Inhale as we close. Rotate the palm so it's facing the ceiling. Open, exhale. Inhale back. Almost there. Let's do a couple more. Good, take a rest there, friends. Okay, great work. Let's flip over to the other side now, because we have to do the same thing now on the other side. So let's come into our side lying position again. Knees are together, bottom knee stays in contact with the floor. Head down on our yoga block or a pillow or something. And then we're gonna take that top arm and sweep it over our head. Hopefully I have enough room here. Move a little bit more down. Okay, so we're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1. So hands together, knees together. Exhale. Inhale as we close. Exhale. Inhale as we close, exhale as we open. Trying to stay as close to the ground as you can with that top moving arm. Inhale as we come back. Good. And let's take a rest there, friends. Okay, so that was our open book sweep, intended to open up the tight chest, shoulders, and also mobilize that thoracic spine. We're now going to move into our shoulder rolls. So getting the shoulders moving, especially those shoulder blades in the back there. So what we're going to do for this one, we're just going to take our hands. We're just going to place them on the shoulders so we look like this from the front view, okay? And then we're going to take our arms. We're going to bring our shoulders and shoulder blades all the way up, moving through that full range, and then kind of squeezing those shoulder blades, dropping them down, dropping the elbows as well, and then bring those shoulders up and over. So we're really moving our shoulder blades and shoulders through the full range of motion. Okay, so all the way up, allow those shoulder blades to elevate, and then we squeeze the shoulder blades as we drop our shoulders down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. okay? So we're gonna do this for a full minute here. So let's set ourselves up. We're starting in 3, 2, and 1. So hands on the shoulders here. Inhale as we elevate the shoulders up. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down and slightly together. Bring those elbows all the way up and around, back up, elevate the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale as we drop there, squeezing the shoulder blades slightly together and pulling them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Squeeze the shoulder blades up and over. Exhale as we drop. Nice and slow. We're not rushing through this. Elevate up. And let's slowly take a rest now. All right, so we got those shoulders moving. Maybe at this point you're feeling like there's a bit of blood flow in there because we're getting some of those muscles kind of activated. And we definitely don't move our shoulder blades enough throughout the day, especially if we, kind of sit a lot for work and we're kind of sitting forward on a computer like this. Just oftentimes this really makes the kind of mid and upper back like quite stiff. So the more movement we can get in there, the better. I always say like motion is lotion, and it's true. Movement will definitely, for the most part, in many, many cases, will make you feel quite a bit better as long as it's gentle and intentional. Okay, next one, we're gonna work on what we call windshield wipers. This one's really good for mobilizing that kind of lower back. So we're gonna lay on our back for this one. And we're gonna bring our arms out to the sides just like this, okay? Palms are facing down towards the floor. We're gonna bring both of the knees up, knees together, feet together. And then keeping the knees and ankles together, we're gonna slowly bring the knees up and over, dropping them down to one side, moving through a range of motion that feels suitable for you. Then you're gonna inhale as we transfer, exhale as we drop down to the other side. Inhale as we transfer, exhale as we drop. So you should feel some mobilization kind of happening through that low back as we do this. Try to keep both of the arms planted down to the sides throughout the entirety of the movement. Okay, so we're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1. So arms out to the side here, knees are up, hovering over top of the hips. Let's drop them down, exhale. Slowly, we transfer, we inhale on the transfer, and we exhale as we drop down to the other side. Inhale to transfer, exhale as we drop. Inhale to transfer, exhale. Might hear a few little snap, crackles, and pops. As long as you're not in pain, it's nothing to be worried about. Your lower back's probably thanking you very much at this point. Inhale to transfer, exhale as we drop. And let's take a rest. Okay, we have one final move to go, which is our 90-90 hips. So this is really gonna focus on the hips and moving our hips through hip internal rotation and hip external rotation. So you may have seen this one before, especially if you've kind of been following me for a while. I really like this one to get the hips moving. So for this one, you're gonna set your feet nice and wide and you're gonna sit nice and tall. Okay, you can place your hands, you can either be in front of you or you can place them at your sides, whatever is most comfortable. Now sitting nice and tall, imagine there's like a wall behind you, so you don't wanna lean back like this. You're gonna slowly drop the knees down to one side, okay? Notice I have 90 degrees at this knee and 90 degrees at this knee. Okay, that's great. It means we're doing it right. Then what we're going to do for the transfer, you're going to lift the back leg up first, go as far as you can. Once I've kind of hit a point where that's about as far as I can go, then I'm going to take the other leg and I'm going to slowly transfer over to the other side. Okay, and then again, 90-90. Take the back leg, open up as far as we can, and then follow with the other one. Drop them down. Good, so we have hip external rotation on one side, we have hip internal rotation on the back leg. So we're really working through that range of motion there. Okay, so one final minute, and then after that, we are done our little mobility reset routine. So we're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1. So let's take that back leg, open up as far as we can, and then other leg comes up and over. Okay, always 90 degree, 90 degree. Back leg opens first, open up as far as we can, and then other leg follows. Good. Back leg opens, as far as we can, and we drop. Good. Open, as far as we can. Good. Making sure we're breathing through this. So we don't hold our breath. Exhale as we come down. Inhale on the transfer. Exhale as we come down. Back leg opens first, always. Good. We're never rushing through this. Open, open, open. And let's drop down there. Alrighty, friends. So that was our little body reset. Great work today. I hope you found this helpful. I'd very much appreciate if you could like this video so I can keep making videos like this. And yeah, really great work today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.